You are a B2B service-based business owner and you are looking to gain more clients, create more impact, and more revenue in your business. Tune in to Amplify Your Marketing Message with Campbell Rapin. Every week, we're going to take you through how to build an audience of buyers, mastering your marketing message, and making offers that convert consistently. We'll see you all on the inside. Welcome back, everybody. I want to talk about the elephant in the room today. And that is, what is your number one priority every single day that your business exists? Because I think a lot of you are lost in the wilderness and it's time to get found. Your number one priority in business every single day is to make sales. And yes, we're here on a podcast about marketing because marketing is measured by the result of sales. And they're not the same thing. Marketing is about finding the ideal lead, but you're measured by the result of sales revenue. And that's why marketers really need to understand the world of sales. And business owners, you have to understand that selling is not a luxury. It is a necessity. And that is why every single day in your business, your number one priority has to be focused on sales activity, revenue generating actions. And let's talk a lot about sales today, because I think the weirdest thing happens. This is the thing that boggles my mind. So many people think, I want to create a business, but not sell. I just want to hope people miraculously find me, throw money at me because I'm cute and my graphics are amazing, and buy into a whole bunch of selling bahooiness that you could just manifest it. You could put it on a vision board. You can post on social media, come buy my stuff, and the gateways of sales from the gods, heaven above, will just fall from the sky. And you're broke. My friends, pay attention. You're broke. You're not doing what is required in order to create sales success. And selling isn't optional. And your number one obligation, responsibility, has to be to sell in your business. And you should not, and I see this as a colossal early mistake business owners make, you should not ever fully outsource your sales, and especially never hire somebody to sell when you are not already selling successfully yourself. Because as a business owner, nobody brings the passion to the business like you do. Nobody understands exactly who you're looking for like you do. Nobody has the ability to connect human to human like you do, which is why your number one responsibility has to be selling every single day. And if you haven't been here recently, let's just remind you that your revenue, which is created from sales, is going to be highly predicted based on two activities. Two activities you directly control by focusing on income-producing activities every single day, non-negotiable. If you want to build a beautiful, boring business with really stable cash flow, consistent client growth, and certainty that you will be here in 3, 6, 12, 18, 24 months, it's this. Number one, your business is built on strangers. And your ability to get in front of more strangers all the time and have a great clarity around who is the buyer in the room will predict your revenue in the next 90 days. Because on average, it takes 90 days to go from first contact to a heck yes when you're great at selling. If you are thinking you can just avoid selling and you're not great at it and you're not investing in building the selling skills that are required to be successful in business, you might want to put a very big plus next to that 90 days and then sit with that. How do you feel if you don't make any business for 90 days? How do you feel if you don't make any business for 6 months? How do you feel if you don't create any revenue in a year? How deep are your pockets to sustain the runway of no sales? Mm, uncomfortable, isn't it? Well, that's the first piece of the puzzle. You have to build an engine to be able to identify that buyer. That's exactly why clients come work with us in the Business Skill Accelerator, because we nail this. And if you don't nail this, this is just a very hard path in business, my friends. It just is mind-boggling to me. Many people think that this is optional. It's not, ever. Second piece of the puzzle, which predicts your revenue, i.e. your sales, is going to be how many offers are you making? Because money only moves hands, revenue is only created when people say yes in response to an offer that is explicitly made. And truthfully, you're not making enough offers. Because even great salespeople run a close rate, a won rate of 20 to 35%, which means there's a lot of people who do not say yes to the first offer. There's a lot of conversations that never get to an offer. And if you're not really clear who the buyer is, you're talking to a lot of tire kickers and a lot of people who are broke, not committed, and are not driven to get the results that you can help them to create. And that's just a really optional path. So now that you get your head around, oh my God, I have to sell, and I don't know how I feel about that. Well, actually, you do know how you feel about it. You're like, ew, ick, gross. I don't want to do that. But I'm asking you, do you want to be here? And if you say, yeah, I want to be here, then wake up. Selling's not optional. I want you to understand the sales process, because there are 9 steps you must guide potential buyers through in order to create the cash. And cash is queen. Cash is king. And offers are queens. So the first thing you want to understand is that people do business with people. This is not new. It's true 1,000 years ago. It is true now. And yet I will tell you, a lot of people are missing this first piece of the puzzle. You have to build rapport. You have to get talking to people. And I actually think the fastest path to cash is actual conversation, whether that is on a Zoom, whether that is on a phone call, whether it is in person. I mean a dialogue in real time where you are using all of your senses to exchange data. Build rapport is step 1. Second piece of the puzzle is you need to be setting the agenda. Are you there to have a conversation around sales? A matchmaking conversation between a known problem and a known solution. So you should set the agenda. When I'm working with people, I say, this is something you do right out of the gate. I don't want to waste your time. If you're in a business that is struggling to create cash, do you know how to build a client growth engine? If you're not looking for new clients, we don't need to have a conversation about the Business Scale Accelerator, which is our one-to-one mentorship program, or the Ignite Your Growth client program, which is a group program. So I set the agenda. We're here to talk about the fact that there's a giant elephant in the room. Do you want more clients, and do you know how to get it? If the answer is not, yeah, I'm good, the agenda is, let's solve that problem. The third thing I need to understand is discovery. What do you want? Why is what you want important to you? What are the obstacles, number 4, that are stopping you? What have you tried before? Why hasn't it worked? What do you believe the problem to be is? And you listen, human to human. So we're building a conversation. I've set a clear objective. We've agreed to it. I've asked you what you want and why. I've asked you what are the roadblocks and what does that consequence mean for you? And number 5, I respond. I'm going to share my ideas of how I can help address the roadblocks, to overcome the obstacles, to create momentum that delivers the what you want and remind you why that's worth it. So I'm going to share a roadmap, program, a service, a support plan, and I'm going to share with you how that feels for you. Number 6, What do you like about the roadmap? What do you like about the support plan? What do you like about the process? And say, well, if you like that, would you like me to make you an offer? Note I didn't make the offer first. I said, here's what I recommend. Here's what the options are. How do you feel about that? And when I have clarity that we're on the same path, that there's buy-in and commitment to that caught vision that I have casted, I share the offer. And in my world, it's as black and white as, would you like me to make you an offer? So we are 100% clear that an offer is being made and a decision is expected. And I'm not naive enough to believe that 100% of the decisions will be yes, but I'm 100% sure that if I'm making you an offer, I can guide you to the result. And I'm the right person for you to be supported by. And so I lead confidently in the offer. Step 7. And I ask you to make a decision. That decision is a yes or a no. And because we've already established that we are in a conversation, that we're all talking about solving a specific problem, you've told me what the problem is and why it's important. You've shared what the obstacles are, what the consequences are. I've made some recommendations to overcome that. And you said, yes, Christine, I want you to make me an offer. And this is what I like about the offer that you're looking at. And I've now made one. I said, it's go time. So to move forward, it looks like this. I ask for the sale. In my case, that's a credit card. It isn't a proposal. It isn't to let me think about it. It is staying in the dialogue until the decision is made. And one of the most helpful sales tips that I have to give to you today is to ask this question. Do you have enough information to make a decision, or what is missing? So that I can ensure that when I'm in a sales conversation, you have the knowledge, confidence, and answers to the questions that you need. I'm not tied to whether your answer is yes or no. Of course, I hope the answer is yes, because I am excited. And do not mistake my excitement and enthusiasm for convincing you. You are here because you have a problem to solve, and we're exploring solving it together. So I ask for the sale, and I hold to a decision-making moment. And the final piece of the things is of the puzzle here of making a sales process effective is I validate. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what this next steps will look like. Here's why this is a good decision. And I recognize that you are still scared. You're not asking not to be scared because you're human. What you're asking is to say, will this be worth it? And it is up to me, if I'm certain in the solutions that I've offered will guide you to the results that you want, and I know why that matters to you. I reinforce this is a good decision. I want you to know that I've walked you through 9 steps. This is the most important element of your day-to-day as a business owner. Because I started this conversation with you today that says sales is not a luxury. You cannot simply put it on a vision board, hope it's somebody else's responsibility, and think that the world will just show up tripping over themselves with a credit card. It takes effort. Your number one priority and obligation always is sales activity. You're looking for your next buyer, always. You're aware and using all your skills to recognize when you're in a moment to make an offer. And when you're in that space, here's how you do it. You have a conversation. Conversations are the fastest path to yes. You have the conversation, you set an agenda, you ask what they want. Why does it matter? You talk about the roadblock and the consequences, and you say, I have some recommendations that I believe would help you overcome those obstacles to get what you want. And I know why that matters to you. Would you like to hear what they are? And I make a recommendation based on my expertise, based on everything you've shared. And I ask you the question, what do you like about what I've shared? Would you like me to make you an offer so that we move forward? I make the offer. I ask for the sale. And I validate the decision. And I ensure a decision happens. This is true regardless of almost every industry. Your best opportunity to get to yes happens in the conversation. Proposals kill the business. Ensure people have all the questions they need to make a decision. Recognize their humanness, that even when they're a buyer and they're problem aware and they know what they want and they've explored the options and they're open-minded to your solution, they are going to be human, which means I might put on the brakes. That's fine. Let's build and share confidence. And confidence is everything. The one thing I want you to also recognize is that they who are the most confident in their offer, direction, outcome, and process will have the final say. So if you are not confident in your offers and you're not sure who you're looking for, then you have only one next step right now. I want you to go to ChristineCampbellRapin.com. I want you to look at the Work With Me tab, and I want you to explore the two choices and book a call with me. Because sales is the lifeblood of your business. And even though this conversation and this podcast is all about reaching new audiences, marketing peeps, be aware. You are measured by the sales result. You can have all of your metrics about people, traffic, qualified leads coming into a business, but you will not be retained as a marketing company or a marketing thought leader if the answer is not revenue. And your number one responsibility is revenue. And that is how you build certainty. That is how you stay in the game. And selling isn't optional. And if your business is on life support, again, the web address, ChristineCampbellRapin.com. I want you to click on the Work With Me tab. There are two options. Let's book the call, have the conversation, and build your selling skills. Get clear on who we're marketing to and bridge the gap so that we have effective passing of the lead to a yes, to the result in a business ecosystem that is about a client growth engine. Because I want you as a guest here on this podcast, listening in every week, to not just find your next client. I mean, seriously, we're going to dance it out if you get your next client. But I want you to create an engine so that you have predictability and confidence. You have a system of endless clients, that you're certain you'll be here in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 24 months, and that you know how to build an effective business. Because I want you to win. And I have 100% certainty. I know I can help you. I have 100% certainty your next client is looking for you. And I have 100% certainty you're not making enough offers. You're not sure who your buyer is. And until we solve that, it's not enough to put it on the vision board. It's not enough to say, I want that. You need to do what's required. And it's a simple step today. ChristineCampbellRapin.com. Click on the Work With Me tab. Pick your lane. Let's have a conversation and help you build the sales skills you need to create the business empire you see in your mind and make it a reality. I will see you on the inside. That's a wrap on another amazing episode of Amplify Your Marketing Message with me, your host, Christine Campbell Rapin. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss another great episode. And be sure to visit ChristineCampbellRapin.com/podcast to get a free resource on how to master your marketing message. We'll see you all on our next episode.